Hello everybody, welcome to Grand Prix Manager 2. So this is going to be a new series I'm going to do. This is going to be me going through the mods from year by year and taking over the team that had the lowest score in the Constructors Championship in real life. Osella, this is 1986, and Osella was the lowest scoring team in real life, even though it was a tie with 0 points between them and Minardi. But Minardi had a higher place finish, which meant Osella was the lowest scorer. So as you can see here, you can tell we're in Osella because that's the team name here. This is Alfa Romeo 890T. That is the engine of the car that we're going to be using this season. So we'll go to design. So as you can see here, the ability is 3.5 stars. You want it to be 5 stars. It can go from somewhere between a half to 5 stars. If you have a half, then their abilities are quite bad. But if you go with 5 stars, their ability is very, very good. So we'll go offer a deal. So we want to have one of these two because they got the highest ranking. There is like 2 pages, but look at their stats. They're terrible. So you don't really want a deal with any of those guys. You want to deal with someone who's got at least 4 stars or above, in my opinion. So we're going to sign a deal with McLaren to be our next 1987 chief engineer. So we'll do 550 for 3 seasons. I need a much more competitive salary in order to join your team. Well, make it 75 then. And there we go, we've got him in our team now. So let's go. Oh, hang on. You see, this is the number of assistants that our chief engineer will have. Now, you can have it any number you want, but in my opinion, I found 25 to be good for me. If you disagree with that and you have your own views, then that's fine. We'll go to chief engineer. I always have like 25 for every department. Okay, so that's also 3.5 stars. We'll take Williams as one. 65. We'll have it for 72.50. I know it's a very specific sum, but let's see if he'll take it. He will take it, despite being very specific like that. Okay. So we got a chief engineer and chief design covered that'll join next season, but the stats we have for our chief mechanic here is where we have to put up for this season because we have already have a season contract with them, so we're not replacing them immediately, which is what we'll have next season. For mechanic, we'll take McLaren's one, 55,000. So let's have it for 60,000 for 3 seasons. Need a much more competitive salary. Okay, 65,000. Okay, there you go. We've got him. Now, commercial manager. They will be quite important, but you'll understand why later, hopefully. And oh, Arrows has the best commercial manager. So let's take Arrows as one. So 150, so we'll have 160,000 for 3 seasons. I need a much more competitive salary. 65. Okay, we'll 72.50. There we go, he'll take that. So we should have 25 each, yep, for each department, which is what I want to do. So then we go to our drivers. They've got no contract line, so I need to replace these guys, but you can see their stats are quite bad. You want if it goes from 1 to 5, 5 being good, 1 being bad. So again, we'll replace these drivers just now, and yeah, we'll start with, I don't even know these guys' names because this is before my time. Rupert Keegan we'll get to 225 for 1 season. So I'm only going to want these guys for 1 season because I don't really know anything about these guys. If they're good, then I will keep them around, try and extend their contract. Well, actually, his stats are actually alright, so okay. Experienced. Who we've got here that I think might be okay. Aguri Suzuki. I've heard this guy's actually alright, so. Hang on. No, it's not sorry, it's just me. I thought I heard someone walking around the house, but no, there's no one there. Okay, hang on, never mind. 16 races. Put that down to 5,000. I need a much more basic salary. Okay, 70. Okay, I'll take 70. Not as good as Keegan, but okay, it'll be alright. It's alright for me. And one more person. Fabi, Slightwell. Um, Marino. I'll go with Marino. 150,000. Okay. Hang on. One. Yeah, I just put it that way. We'll make it 155 for 16 races. 50. 50. Needs a much better basic salary. Okay, 65. Okay. Looking at the stats. Keegan will be my driver number 1 because he seems to have the best stats. Driver number 2. We'll have Suzuki, but we can look at the other teams here. We've got McLaren. They've got Alan Prost, and look at his stats. And his driver number 2 is Keek Rosberg, not to be confused with Nico Rosberg, by the way. So I'd throw that in there. But look at their salaries: 1.8 million, 1.6 million. So which means they must have been really good drivers in real life in 1986. Ayrton Senna, I've seen the documentary about him, and it's pretty amazing. I recommend you guys watch it because he was in real life a legend. Then we got 2 British drivers. Look, oh, their stats aren't that good. They're no match for Senna. For Team Lotus with a Renault engine. Why don't Lotus have their own engine? I don't know. Okay. Michele Alboreto. Stats alright. It's better than Stefan Johansson. 1 point. Oh. Okay. Interesting enough, I guess he must be better than the stats are implying. Okay. Remy Arnaud. Okay, the stats are actually alright. Jacques Lafitte, not as good as Remy Arnaud, and Philippe Alliot, really not good in comparison to these two, but then he is a quarter the price of Jacques Lafitte, so I guess it makes sense in a way. Te Fabi, wow, his stats are not good. Gerhard Berger, I've heard about the Gerhard Berger, and I've heard that he's very, very good in real life, but this is before my time, so I don't really know that much about Berger, but I've heard he's very, very good. Paolo Barella, stats. So Berger, despite being number 2, he seems to be the best driver out of the 3 of them. Martin Brundle, stats are actually alright. Well, fairly average, I'll give it. Philippe Strafe. Okay, man, Adrian Campos. Oh my word, that's not good. Alan Jones. Stats could be improved. Patrick Tambay. Not particularly great. Eddie Cheever. Seems... don't know. Brabham. Ricardo Patrese. Elo De Angles. Giselle Garza. Garza's not looking that great, and neither is Patrese. But Angles seems alright. Angelus, I don't even know how to pronounce it. If it's pronounced wrong, I do apologise. I really don't know how to pronounce his name correctly. Mark Sewer. Okay. Thierry Boutsen. It's actually better than Sewer's out, in my opinion. And Christian Danner, or Daner, I don't know how to pronounce it either. Once again, I apologise for that. His stats aren't that great. Zach Speed. I think Zach Speed's supposed to be the worst team, but they got 1 point while Osella got none, so I don't know. I've heard they're supposed to be the worst team, but I don't really know if that's true or not. Salah has got really, really bad stats. Palmer's sort below average. Hub Rottengetter's not that good. Williams, Nigel Mansell. Now, I've heard Nigel Mansell, and I've heard he's a brilliant driver in real life. Wow, he's got really good stats. Nelson Piquet's got really good stats. We're going to be no match against these guys, that's for sure. Sean Schleiser? I don't know how to pronounce it at all. No match with these two, that's for sure. Minardi, who's using the same engine as me. Oh, their contracts are about expired, so I don't know what's going to happen to them. Andre De Sierra's stats are all over the place. Alessandro Nannini and Martini aren't that good. I keep thinking of hearing someone walking in the house. I guess it's just the wind outside because the weather's not that great here right now. Oh my word! So we're back to here. So this is our team. Now next up, we have injured drivers, but it's the start of the season, so no one's going to be injured, as you can see here. So yeah. Sponsors. Now we want sponsors because sponsors will give us money. But we have to perform well to get these sponsors. So you see, this is basically a star system. $5 for very very high payouts, and up down to $1, which is like low payouts. So get one that's 2 stars, and I'll go for 3 stars. Now I'm not expecting it to happen. So potential sponsors are interested in buying advertisements. So as you can see here, cheapest, cheap, average, expensive, most costly. So most costly, so they'll pay $338,000 if we put the sponsor there, and then we put on the cheapest, so it puts $38,000. But they're only 1 star rated, so you want to do that. So just now, I think you're only allowed to put up to 5 spots. So the 6th spot, yeah, they'll not want you to put more than 6 of their advertising. Even though the button's gone, when you leave it will come back, so don't worry about it if it disappears like that. So here's our car design. So you can click suspension. So as you can see here, this is what our car weight is and the minimum weight, because it's based down to the rules. So we'll get to the rules shortly, I promise you, after this. So let's see what our suspension is. The best is that, but it's like joint heaviest. Brake system, so we don't have really that many choices to choose from. The brake system is only 12% raised, which means they're not that good. Steering system, okay, that's the heaviest, but best rated, so it's alright. Cooling system, heaviest, but the best. Gearbox, not slightly the best, but I have the one that's equally as heavy, and it will cost us money to fit it on. EMS, they weigh the same, but this is best. So, hang on, so we can click between cars, so make them select the same, like that. So we do that. So I just want the best parts installed, so we can guarantee ourselves that the car's going to be alright. Okay, so we go here. The side pods, this is lighter, and 60% higher rates, but they've already defaulted to select that. Don't know why. Airbox closed, so it weighs an extra kilo, but is best rated. So I just put the best rated parts on it, despite even if it makes the car heavier. So that's what I'm planning doing in this game, because I want the best parts on, so I can guarantee that the car will do alright. Even though it'll be heavier, which means it'll slow down in real life, obviously, but I'm not too bothered about weight. I never really bother about weight that much. So now we've got the car sorted out, so let's go to the rules. So the items, we can have any styles we can install in the car. There's no limit, internally or externally. But you can have driver setup, is it called? Driver aids, no sorry. So it's basically like makes the car better, but some certain parts are banned. So if you end up forgetting which are banned, they'll mark it with a black flag, so just to let you know which ones are banned or which ones are allowed. Minimum car weight 540, engine size 3 litres, which used to be 3.5, but I've never really run into trouble with the engine size before, so I don't really understand how it really does affect how you drive in this game, how you perform in this game. So we're here, so we've got the ones with the black flag, so let you know which are bad. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things we're allowed to do. But I'm gonna now this is something you normally wouldn't do, but this is what I do. is have everything like equally being researched. Traction control, turbo, advanced steering. So I always go back and forth because I usually forget which are louder and which one are banned. So turbo done. Advanced steering, can do that. Do that. Skirts. So, what's the fifth one? Advanced suspension, wasn't it? Yeah, it's advanced suspension. See, I forget half the times I have to always go back and forth. Now, so basically research to make the drive race comes out and makes their car better, but it might affect the weight again. You can acquire technology by sneaking into other teams', but that's going to be down to their security contract. So if they have the 5-star raid, which means they're very, very tight and it's really, really difficult to get into it, I think you can do it, but it's going to be like a chance. So 2-star, who's that? Zach Speed, not really bothered. Hassler, Brabham and Arrows. But we want like the big names like McLaren. It's like these 5 here will be like, well, apart from Minardi, but these 4 here, they'll be something they'll have like technology that you might want to neck. Speaking of that, we need to go to contracts. We'll start the engine contract. Okay, we're signed up with this car, with this engine, the Alfa Romeo. Gives us 735 horsepower, 155, 3-star raid. So Minardi seem to have a similar engine, but here theirs is heavier, and this is by Renault, while ours is by Alfa. Zach Speed's above us is the same engine, well by Zach Speed only it's lighter, but the star rating's the same. So higher quality engine means they're unlikely to have engine breakdowns, but Williams have the higher rating, 767, 150 kilograms, with 5-star rating, which is like a Honda engine, which is a lot more powerful than this car is. I'm going to save the game just to make sure I don't forget. That'd be a disaster. Tire contract. Yep. So best tires are there, but the game is automatically set the contracts up this mod, so they're all like 4.5-star rates, so that's fine. Well, apart from here, it's like the highest rating, so it works as well. No, Williams using like 2-star rate fuel, so not so very low quality. And the security here, as just showing you, so I don't know why I need to show it again. You can go to personnel, so it shows us what our current drivers are and what will be at the end of the season. So, like I said, if these 3 drivers are any good, then I will end up re-signing them to go for next season. And if not so well, then I'll try and look elsewhere. Okay, so I think that's everything about the game covered, and it's only taken 18 minutes long, so I'm going to end this first episode here just because I wanted to give you guys the introduction on the basics before we start racing. So thank you guys so much for watching. Next episode we'll begin our first race at Jacarapagua. I don't even know how to pronounce it. It's more than likely going to be wrong, pronounced wrong. So thank you guys so much for watching, and goodbye!